All right. Well, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining for practice today. Um, for those that were here last week, we started our practice and we focused on summer solstice, that time when we begin summer through the autumn equinox, perhaps setting an intention. But for most of us, the start of summer. And I mentioned that this week we'd be looking at the sister science to yoga, Ayurveda, which is the science of living, well living. So in Ayurveda, the thought is preventative. So everything you try to do from an Ayurvedic perspective is preventative. And then yoga is a part of that because we practice breathing, we practice movement. So they're very much aligned with each other. And in Ayurveda, they don't have the 4 seasons as we traditionally have them. There are 3 seasons. And the one we are beginning to enter is Pitta, which is basically the summer season. That also runs from now until late fall, is a difference there. And under Ayurvedic practices, there are things that you do for each season that we enter into. And some of that is the foods we eat. So technically, from an Ayurvedic perspective, the foods we eat should be the ones that are actually in season where you live. Now we get things from Mexico and Canada and all over, but from a true Ayurvedic perspective, it should be what is local in your area. So for most of us in summer, it would be changing your diet from the heavy soups we like in the winter, the heavy red meat, be going to the things that we actually, most of us do eat in the summer, those cooler foods, watermelons, the fruits, all the good things that we get in the summer. Also adjusting our routines, which is waking up earlier to avoid the heat of the day. And one of the things that we'll practice today is moving to a more gentle practice. So it seems counterintuitive to people that live in the Northeast. We get 3 months worth of summer, so we're out there trying to do everything we can in the summer, playing tennis or whatever. But really, what we should be doing is pulling back on our exercise, using the early mornings for those more strenuous exercises. So I did mention that if you want to use any oils today, I have lavender and rose. These are cooling oils, so that if any time during the day you start to feel really, really warm, it's a good oil to spread on your palms to start to cool yourself down. Another thing that we experience in the summer is sometimes you just feel very lethargic because it's hot. So the interesting thing is, we were just talking about peppermint for mosquito bites. It's also a great energizer. So putting a couple drops on the bottom of your feet or on the palms of your hand. So today, as I said, we'll go to a somewhat more gentle practice and allow ourselves to just take in the warmth of the Pitta season, but bring our bodies, our being, our whole being to a place of coolness. So we'll begin in mountain pose with your feet pressed on the earth and either softening your eyes or gazing down to the floor. And just let yourself arrive today. Let yourself feel the chair beneath you, the floor beneath you. And maybe this is what you do your whole practice today. Just remind yourself of the chair and the floor. No expectations other than being here in your practice. And we'll begin by trying to shake off and release anything from what we've already been through today by taking a full deep belly breath in and releasing. Full breath in and releasing. And now we'll take another deep full breath in. And as you release out any tensions. Full breath in, releasing out anything that might be clamoring for your attention for after class. Another full deep breath in, sweeping your arms up towards the sky, reaching and bringing hands through heart center, Anjali Mudra. We'll sweep our hands up to the sky, inhaling deeply. And bringing hands through Anjali Mudra. And often in our practice, we set an intention for either our practice or for our week. Could be for your practice that you'll bring your attention back to your practice when your mind wanders off, or something for your week. And if you would like to set an intention, I invite you to do that now. And on your next inhale, releasing your hands down, sweeping all the way up, dropping your left arm down and arching over. On your next inhale, bringing your left arm to a T position, right hand on the side of your head, and just gently getting a nice neck stretch here. And releasing back to center, sweeping your arms up, arching over to the right. So everything we're going to do today will be nice and slow paced. Bringing the right arm up, gently taking your head and arching the head over. Releasing arms up to the sky, interlacing your fingers. Pressing all the way up, shoulders down. And we're going to bring our arms forward and over to the left. So you'll feel a stretch, even though they're still interlaced. That'll be in your right shoulder. Coming back through center, over to the right, scratching shoulder. We'll just go back and forth a few times with the breath, nice and slow through center, over to the left, slow through center, over to the right. One more time, each side, slow through center to the left. Feel that. Take a breath here so you can feel it in your shoulder, your upper back, back through center and over to the right. Again, taking that breath here. Inhale. Exhale, releasing, and just shaking out your arms. Doing a couple shoulder rolls, releasing everything. moving some energy. So our energy can really get stuck in the summer because we get so warm and sometimes don't move as much as we might normally do. So we're going to come into a sun salutation that we've practiced before, but we'll go through it nice and slow again. One to keep in mind that Pitta season slowing down. So on an inhale, sweeping up. Exhale, folding forward. Hands can be on your thighs, or you can come to the full forward fold. Inhale, bringing your left knee up. Exhale, nose to knee. Inhale, releasing your left foot, sweeping up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, right knee up. Exhale, nose to knee. Inhale, right foot down as you reach to the sky. And exhale, hands to heart center, Anjali Mudra. We'll take an inhale and extend our left leg out with your foot slightly flexed. So you can stay here, or if you would like, you can also extend the opposite arm up to the sky. Coming into a seated bird dog. You bring your navel to your spine, sitting up nice and tall. On your next exhale, releasing. And then we'll take an inhale, extending the opposite foot and opposite arm. Your gaze can be forward right out over your toes. Breathing. Inhale. Exhaling, releasing, sweeping up to the sky, nice and slow, feeling your arms floating up. And then feeling your arms floating down as you come into your variation of forward fold. Bringing your hands to your shins or your thighs, coming in a nice straight back here. Releasing into forward fold. And then sweeping all the way back up with hands at heart center. On an inhale, bringing your right knee up and crossing your right ankle over your left knee and have it just above your knee. You're going to want that right foot just lightly flexed so your knee is protected. You can stay right here, or you can come into an inhale, feeling your opening towards the sky. And exhale will just come down part way. Inhale, opening to the sky. Exhale, coming down just part way. One more time, inhale to the sky. And then finding your place where you want to release. So you can come part way and come down a little bit further with maybe resting on your forearms, or come into a forward fold. And once you find that place, just let your head completely go. No stress or tension in your neck. Today is all about release and gentleness. And your next inhale, walking yourself back up to seated. And take a few ankle rolls here. And go in the opposite direction. Giving our ankles some love today. And they can slowly release that leg down. And we'll come to the opposite side. So on an inhale, bringing the left knee up and crossing over. Lightly flexing that foot. And we'll come into those same movements, because take a moment to just kind of observe how you felt on the right side and maybe how you feel on the left side. So take that inhale and we'll come down part way. And release. Breath in as you fold forward. And release. And then this time as we fold forward, once again, finding where you have just enough of a stretch, but not to where you're causing any twinges. And it might be different on this side than it is on the opposite. And breathing here. Taking an inhale. Exhale, pressing back up, and find those ankle circles again. So the reason that it's good to observe one side over the other when we do some of these poses is so that maybe you have to stretch a little more on one side than the other. For me, even though I'm trying to mirror you, it's my right side. It's always tighter. And then we'll release, sweeping all the way up. Let's open our arms wide, fully open. And bringing hands to heart center. Inhale. And exhale. We'll slowly release here and come into warrior two. So for those that want to use the block, you can either place it here or right behind. For those that want to stand, standing warrior. So I'll start my first one seated. So I'm putting my right foot on the block. My left toes are towards the front of my mat. And that left knee, you're just slightly pulling it back as you extend your arms. Shoulders are down. And looking out over your left fingertips. Taking breaths here. Feeling the extension. Breathing. Bringing your hands to heart center as you turn back towards the front of your mat. You can leave your block there if you're using the block. We'll take an inhale and exhale, bringing your forearms down to the top of your legs to come into a variation on child's pose. Breathing. We try to come into some forward folds when we're in a gentle cooling practice to help us release and go inward. Pressing all the way back up. Turning your toes. You're still at the long edge of your mat, opening up your legs a little bit wider. We'll take an inhale, bringing your left shoulder down towards your right knee. And as you release the breath, coming back to center. Inhale, right shoulder to left knee. And coming back to center. Just moving back and forth. Trying to go at a nice slow pace here. So we're not generating any excess heat breathing. And then the next time you come back through center, bringing your feet back in to come to warrior two on the opposite side. So turning your right foot out. I strap here. Foot can come up on the block or come to standing. I'll come to standing this time. Let that knee pressing lightly backwards as you extend your arms. Gaze is out over your fingertips, breathing. Shoulders release. Feeling the power and expansion. Taking an inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. We'll come back to the edge of our mat with our feet a little bit about hip width, so maybe a little bit further than that. We're going to do an inhale and bring our arms out to the T with our thumbs up like we're hitchhiking. And then turn our thumbs down. Take an inhale, turn them up. And you can then let them go towards the back of the room. So you're really getting some movement in your shoulders and upper arms. And then down, same thing, as far as you can go with your thumbs back. And then we'll take an inhale, left thumb up, right thumb down, and switch. Just going back and forth, switching. Feeling that all in your shoulders and arms. Nice and easy breathing. Now bringing both thumbs back up. And this time we're going to arch over to the left. So let your gaze come to your left thumb. And then following it back, coming into an arch. Following your thumb back. We'll come over to the right and arching all the way over. Breathing. Coming all the way back to center. With our thumbs up, we'll take an inhale. Imagine there's a string pulling your heart center up towards the sky. And as you exhale, folding forward with your thumbs up. Inhale, thumbs towards the back of the room. Then back to T, thumbs down. Take that inhale, opening. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, coming back up. Sweeping your arms up with thumbs still up. Then opening your hand and just shaking it all the way out. And you might want to do a little more shaking because it's work for your shoulders and upper arms there. We'll bring our hands to our thighs and just start taking some circles. Again, nice, easy circles here. All about our movement, about honoring the pitta season of heat going the opposite direction. Breathing. And coming back to center. Sweeping all the way up. Folding forward. Bringing hands to either shins or thighs. And releasing forward. come all the way up, bringing our hands up to come into that cobra that we practiced. So, and pressing your arms out and imagining that your heart is opening up towards the sky. You're pressing into the floor or wall. Bringing your hands back once again to your shoulders. Shoulder blades together. And pressing forward into cobra, opening. Do that one more time. Inhaling, arms back, shoulder blades together. And then coming into cobra pose, holding and breathing. Slowly releasing, hands to your thighs. Come into a few cat-cows. Inhale, forward into cow. Exhale, chin towards heart center into cat. Just going back and forth. Breathing. And then you can release and have your strap handy. We're going to go into big toe pose. And we'll do it from seated. And then if I'll do standing if someone wants to stand. But we'll start seated and we'll take our straps and put it around the ball of our left foot. And first just come up and have a nice tall straight posture. Strap is in, you can either have it in both hands or one hand. On an inhale, bring your knee up, and this might be your big toe pose right here, and that's okay. On an exhale, let your legs shoot forward. So this can be right where you are. And if this is where you would like to stay, you can hold hands both straps, or if you want to come into thumb to index finger, Yana Mudra, for stability and clarity, you can do that. Next variation is to take that left leg and open it up towards the left. That's a pretty significant hip opener, so certainly play with it. Just breathe, enjoy the openness. And then as you're ready, if your leg looks to the side, bring it back to center. Bend your knees. Release your foot, release your hand. Take 2 breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And we'll move the strap over to our opposite foot. And come into that same process of coming into big toe pose. So on an inhale, leg comes up. Exhale, leg goes forward. And stay right here and come into Yana Mudra. If you'd like to see what's going on today, if you bring your leg to the side, keep that nice, straight, strong posture here. Breathing. Take an inhale. Exhale. Leg comes back. Foot goes down. Hand comes forward. Sweeping up. And bringing hands to heart center. Sweeping up. We'll come into forward fold. Breathe in. And then slowly letting yourself come all the way back up. So we'll come into that again, and I'll do it standing, but holding onto the chair. If you have any concerns with balance, just do what we did in the chair. Feet it. You're getting the absolute same benefits of all the opening, everything you want for expansion, but I do want to offer just standing. So standing, you want to make sure your chair is right on your mat so that you have sturdiness. Bringing the strap around the ball of your foot. So this time I'm going on my right foot. And I'm holding onto the chair here. If you're seated, we're just going to do exactly what we did before. Standing, same thing. So knee up and leg forward. So that can give you a sense of a little bit of balance and strength building in your left leg. If you want to play with opening a little. And the leg doesn't have to be high. You'll see people with their leg way up here. It's fine down here. It's fine in the chair. Fine wherever you are. And bringing it back to center. And releasing. And then we'll do whether chair or standing opposite side, because we got to be even in the end here. And I will tell you that I don't have good balance on this side, so when I am practicing, even when I'm teaching my class on Tuesday night, I usually stand by a wall. So inhale, knee up, whether chair or standing, forward. Can either stay here or come to any type of opening that feels right for you. Whether you're standing or seated, you want to keep your gaze in one place. Take an inhale. Exhale, coming forward. Releasing your foot down. Releasing that strap. Coming back to your chair. Take a sweet inhale, gathering up all the energy around us. And as we exhale, bringing it down to heart center. And breathing. Take another inhale. Come back into that child's pose. So bringing your forearms down to your thighs. You can stay right here. Or actually, you can bring your hands up and just hold your head. Coming into release into this pose. Let your head completely release. Breathing. And then slowly hands back to your knees. Pressing all the way up. Sweep up to the sky. And take a very easy, gentle twist over to the left. Once you're here, imagine as you take that inhale, you're extending up through the crown of your head. And with the exhale, the twist comes from the waist. And then breathing. Then we'll sweep back through center, coming over to the opposite side. Once you're in position, take that inhale to extend and exhale to twist. Releasing back through center, and bringing hands to heart center. We'll come through one more forward fold, and this is where blocks are sometimes nice when you're practicing chair or even not chair. So I've got mine stacked and coming into the forward fold and using the blocks to rest my weight on. So you're coming down a little further than we were in child's pose, hinging at the waist, or I'm sorry, the hips, and then just letting yourself release. Breathing. Take one more inhale here. As you exhale, if you're using blocks, and put your hands on the blocks, if not, on your legs. Gently press yourself up and begin to prepare for Shavasana. So for relaxation post Shavasana, you have a short guided meditation. So finding where you're going to be comfortable. If you're, maybe if, I know some people are in the middle of the room, but if your chair is back by a wall, you can take a blanket and just lean your head back. For those that can come down to the ground, if you want to come down to your mat, just finding that place of ease for yourself as we move into Shavasana. So softening your eyes and taking an inhale and exhale. Settling in and finding comfort in this pose of relaxation. Let your breath be natural. And just invite your whole being to soften. Allow yourself to release the need to do anything, to think about anything. Let this be your time. To relax and release. We'll begin a very short rotation of consciousness of your body. All you need to do is just listen, nothing to change or move. Let your attention come to the palms of both hands and arms, elbows. Become aware of your shoulders, and throat center. Imagine your face, chin and cheeks and nose, eyes and eyebrows. Your third eye right between your brows. Let your attention move to your crown of your head, the back of your head, your ears receiving sound, upper back, middle back, lower back, hips and thighs, knees, ankles and feet. See your whole body resting in the pose of Shavasana. And now imagine yourself walking through a lush, shaded forest with the sunlight filtering through green leaves. You hear a gentle sound of a stream and birds chirping in the distance. As you continue walking, you come to a blue, clear lake. The surface is calm, still, reflecting the sky. And as you sit by the edge, you can feel the coolness of the earth beneath you. Coolness in the season of Pitta, this time of summer. And as you sit here, there's no urgency, nothing to strive for, just ease. Ease as the lake absorbs any stress or intensity. Stay here for a few moments and I'll sound the chime when it's time to return. Gently becoming aware of your breath once again. watching the breath flowing in and flowing out. Becoming aware of the earth beneath you that held you all through this practice today, and the air around you, air of life force of prana. You can gently begin to move your neck side to side. Open your fingers, wiggle your toes to help you come back from practice. Back into this moment. And bringing hands to heart center. Bowing our heads to acknowledge the light and the teacher within you. And to thank yourself for taking this time for yourself, for self-care, for finding quiet and stillness in this very uncertain time and busy world. Acknowledging any intention you've made of set for today or for your week. And raising our heads, I close with peace, peace, Om Shanti, peace. May you have peace in your hearts. May all beings have peace. And may we share that peace with each other, our yoga community. Thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste.